Holy mackerel, it is Black Friday week once again. And as usual, there are loads of games coming on sale for this occasion.
So this video is slightly extended for you.
And you're definitely wanting to watch till the end, as there are some epic games crammed into this video. And as I always say, I'm not going to ask you to like and subscribe just yet, because it's the beginning of the video. But if you do decide later on, then go ahead. And let's start the proceedings off with LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Deluxe Edition.
Easy for you to say.
$11.99, that's an 80% off discount. Right, so I've covered the standard version before, so I won't go into too many details, but the Deluxe Edition has 7 downloadable content character packs. The digital edition also includes an exclusive classic Obi-Wan Kenobi playable character.
Why is everything so difficult to say at the moment?
And within the confines of the game, you can explore the trilogy in any order you want to. And if you're a massive fan just like myself, then obviously Black Friday is the sale you're looking for.
Hello there.
Don't move along.
Next up, we have Marvel Superheroes 2, 90% off, £4.99 and $4.99. And this one, just like Star Wars, I'm not going to go too much into details, but basically you want to play all your favourite Marvel characters, well you can in this game. I used to actually own this on disc, and it is an absolutely brilliant game, multiplayer as well.
And just seeing all your favourite characters all as Lego is just so exciting.
Next up we have Super Hot, 60% off, $9.99, and this is again one of my favourite games of all time. I own this on flat and I own it in VR as well, VR obviously being the best way to play it. Basically, it's a shooter puzzler game. Whenever you move, time progresses. Whenever you stop, time stops. And therefore you have to avoid and shoot enemies whilst making sure that you have weapons to do so. Scoutfold Shrouded in Sanity, 80% off of £1.79, $2.99. Set in an alternative historical setting of 1897, it is down to you to discover the secrets of the estate as you look for answers among the violent inhabitants, and trust me, they are pretty darn violent.
And that was my phone.
And if I remember correctly, you have to kind of like shoot your way through this one, trying not to go insane. If I remember correctly, I gave this a 3+ out of 5 when I was reviewing it back when I actually did out of 5s. And with 80% off, if you're into insanely difficult games, this is probably for you. And don't forget, if you're enjoying this video, do like and subscribe. And now it's time for Quickfire Round 1. Super One More Jump, 72% off at $1.99. If you're into super hard platform games that are also multiplayer, this one is probably for you. Dragon's Dogma Dark Horizon, 83%, £4.24. I think I've covered this one enough. Commandos 3 HD Remaster, 40% off, £16.19, $17.99. This one's a strategy, multiplayer, action-ish game.
And just for a little bit more reference, Commandos 2 is also on sale.
Marooners is 92% off, $89b, $1.99, and that is a pretty decent price, and I think it's even cheaper than most candy bars these days. And this one's a 1 to 6 player party game. Next up we have Batman Arkham Trilogy, 50% off, £24.99. Within this package you will get all 3 games, naturally, and you'll also get all the DLC from all the games. Nice. Which means that if you've never played any of these games with the marvellous combat system, the epic stories, and just the ability to be
I'm Batman,
then this one is a no-brainer.
And of course these games are actually that good, but if you have played them and you want to play them on the move, then there you go. Bubble Bubble, 4 Friends, the Baron is back. 65% off, £12.59 or $13.99. This one goes in the arcade action game category and can be played up to 4 players. But of course, as usual, you can play it on your own. Shoot bubbles, collect power-ups, kill enemies, and win each level. Not really too much to be said about this game. It's a simple but effective and fun multiplayer
that can be played on your own.
Looking for a little bit of retro? You have found it. And what's certainly not retro is Green Hell. 85% off, £2.24, $3.74, and any time that I can say go get this game at this unbelievable price, then go get this at this unbelievable price. But only really if you're into survival horror games that is quite scary, to be honest with you. And it's also a really hard game to play, not because of the mechanics, more the survival. I just really struggle to get far into this, but I have to admit, when you do get further into it, it does hook you, a bit like a horror version of Ark, I suppose. Okay, so who knew that Mortal Kombat 1 was on the Nintendo Switch? Because this
just literally went over my head.
Had I known, I probably would have picked it up by now and missed out on this 60% discount and £13.99. It's MK1 on the Nintendo Switch! MK Reborn for a new generation. And I know this is just a UK deal, but if you're in the US of the A, MK11 is 80% off at $9.99. And if you don't own that already, that is nothing to be sniffed at. And before we get on to the last quickfire round, we like to call it quickfire round 2,
feel free, if you're still with us at this point, to hit them like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget now, it really does help
my channel like governor. And so, quickfire round 2. West of Loathing, 64%, $3.96. This is kind of like a comedy, role-playing adventure game. It's actually got quite a decent Metascore as well. Among Us is 40% off, $5.99. We all know what Among Us is, don't we? Is it still actually popular? I'm not 100% sure. Don't hear about it as much nowadays. Leave it down in the comments if you're still playing it. Panzer Dragon Remake, 90% off, £2.24. For want of stating the obvious, this is a remake of the original, brought kicking and screaming into the 21st century for a new generation of gamers.
And the old ones as well.
Hogwarts Legacy Deluxe Edition, 70% off, $20.99.
You're a wizard now, Harry.
And while this seems a little on the pricey side, you do get quite a bit of DLC, like the Haunted Hogsmeade Shop quest, which grants access to an additional dungeon, the Shopkeeper's Cosmetic set, and in-game Hogsmeade Shop. Oh, and they've also just added photo mode, and if you want to change your talents, talent resets.
All sounds so exciting.
Thank you for joining me. What will you be picking up? Like and subscribe. Bye bye.